Every day, thousands of tons of plastic, paper, and glass accumulate in our public spaces. Managing this volume of solid waste is an enormous logistical and environmental challenge. Currently, much of this cleanup is done by hand. This requires continuous bending, which takes a severe physical toll and exposes sanitation workers directly to harmful bacteria, viruses, and sharp objects. Relying on manual labor for this type of hazardous collection is difficult to sustain and unsafe. A safer approach requires an affordable mechanical alternative that eliminates direct contact entirely. This is the mechanical garbage picker. It uses a cable transmission system to convert hand force into gripping action, allowing the user to collect waste effortlessly from a standing position. The build is highly economical, with a total material cost between 1,200 and 1,500 rupees. It achieves this by repurposing a standard bicycle brake caliper assembly and cable, combined with a mild steel pipe, sheet metal, and basic steel rods. To build this, you will need basic metalworking skills, access to a welding machine, an angle grinder, a drill, and standard safety gear. With the right tools and a weekend of work, you can transform these accessible materials into a highly effective, back-saving sanitation device. Step 1. Preparing the main shaft. Measure and cut your mild steel pipe to a length between 1.2 and 1.5 meters, depending on the height of the intended user. Before you make your first cut or begin grinding, put on your personal protective equipment. Safety glasses, heavy gloves, and proper footwear are mandatory for this build. Next, fabricate the waste scoop. Take your mild steel sheet, cut it to size, and bend the edges upward to form a shallow shovel shape. Take this form scoop and weld it to the bottom end of your cut steel pipe. As you weld, ensure the scoop is angled slightly upward. This specific geometry ensures that once you grab a piece of debris, gravity helps keep it seated in the scoop rather than sliding back out. Milestone 2. Building the gripping claws. Secure 4 to 5 steel rods in a bench vise and weld them together to form a multi-fingered claw. Now, take your recycled bicycle brake caliper and mount it to the front of the pipe, positioning it just above the scoop. Connect your newly welded steel claws onto the moving arms of the brake caliper using bolts. Pay close attention to this next step. Before you fully tighten those bolts, you must manually pinch the caliper closed. Pre-pinching the caliper locks the geometry. It guarantees that when the device is fully closed, the claws stick completely flush against the scoop, allowing you to tightly grip even thin pieces of paper or small plastics without them slipping through. Milestone 3. Installing the drive mechanism. Move to the top end of the pipe and slide on your rubber handle grip, followed by the bicycle brake lever. Take your brake cable and route it securely down the length of the steel pipe until it reaches the caliper at the bottom. This illustrates the lever principle. Pulling the handle draws the cable up, closing the caliper arms. To release the garbage, the claws must open on their own. Relying on gravity alone leaves the jaws stuck closed. A return mechanism is required to reset. To solve this, install a compression spring directly onto the caliper assembly. This provides the exact opposing force needed to snap the jaws open the moment you release the handle. Milestone 4. Tuning and finishing. Thread the end of the brake cable through the caliper's lock nut. Pull the cable tight to remove any slack, and lock it down firmly with a spanner. Give the handle a few test squeezes. You are looking for a firm, responsive grip without needing excessive hand pressure. Once the mechanics are dialed in, apply a coat of rust-preventive paint over the bare steel and welds to protect the device from outdoor elements. The build succeeds when squeezing the handle yields a tight grip, and letting go causes the claws to instantly pop open. The finished mechanical picker easily grabs assorted street waste, allowing you to lift and drop it directly into a bin without breaking stride. To keep the action smooth long-term, apply lubrication to the brake cable and grease the moving caliper joints once a month. With proper tensioning and that minimal monthly maintenance, this tool will operate reliably for 5 to 8 years. Using scrap bicycle parts to eliminate the hazards of manual trash collection makes this an excellent engineering project for schools, municipalities, and community cleanup campaigns. Grab your tools and build one for your own neighborhood.